It was the first time ever that the Ministry of Water Resources, Government of India, had called a meeting of so many community-based organizations in New Delhi in July 2003. It was to agree on a joint plan of action to provide drinking water to remote rural schools, adopting the traditional age-old community solution of collecting rainwater when it falls, instead of the very expensive modern technology solution of exploiting groundwater. The Ministry of Water Resources has a mandate for designing and implementing mega water projects. It was the first time they started thinking and acting small. After a 3-day national workshop in the year of fresh water on drinking water and sanitation, a commitment was made to initiate a pilot project covering 100 schools in 12 states at the cost of 1 crore rupees.
जो आप लोगों ने प्लान ऑफ एक्शन बनाया हुआ है बहुत ही अच्छा है और इस पर भरपूर सहयोग मंत्रालय करेगा। जो जल संसाधन मंत्रालय है वो पूर्णतः आपके सहयोग के लिए है, आपको फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए है, निधि देने के लिए भी तैयार है। ये मैं आपसे कहूँ कि प्रथमतः बात ये शायद मंत्रालय का इस तरह से खुला संपर्क स्वयंसेवी संस्थानों के साथ हो रहा है।
With so many thousands of dry hand pumps and so many centralized systems of piped water supply failing to provide drinking water to villages, it was time to think and act beyond the box and look for new low-cost solutions. The idea was to implement an innovative project that was replicable and possible to scale up to cover more schools. Community knowledge and community skills available in villages all over the country would be used. 1 lakh rupees would be sanctioned per school. Within this amount, 23 voluntary organizations with a proven and clean track record in 10 different states would construct an underground rainwater harvesting structure that would store between 35,000 to 60,000 liters of rainwater. 2 low-cost toilets would also be constructed exclusively for girls. Costs of supervision, administration and documentation would be included in this cost. The Central Groundwater Board would send their engineers from the regional offices to see if work was being done in accordance with the sanctions. They would certify to the progress after making field visits, and amounts would be released in installments from the ministry directly to the civil society organizations in the field. This was an experimental partnership of an entirely different kind, and everyone has learned in the process. It's the first time that such small amounts have been sanctioned and the social impact been so great and visible for all to see. In Andhra Pradesh, through a voluntary organization called FSC, the 5 schools have collected 250,000 liters of rainwater, and 1,000 students in Anantapur district have access to drinking water for the first time, instead of having to walk for water during school hours. In drought-prone areas, this inexpensive technology has been accepted, understood and respected by the community, and has changed the mindset of water engineers in the state. In the coastal regions of Kerala, once known to be a water surplus state, groundwater sources have been drying up or being contaminated. In the 5 schools, over 150,000 liters of rainwater is being collected. This has benefited 1,200 poor rural students. In the tribal areas of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Orissa and Rajasthan, indigenous communities have constructed their own rainwater harvesting tanks. The rainwater being collected ranges in volume between 35,000 and 50,000 liters, depending on the type of soil. Where it is hard rock, the capacity is less. In the mountainous states of Uttaranchal, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh and West Bengal, small groups have attempted to mobilize the technical resources of people in the hills for the first time to construct their own rainwater harvesting tanks with very large capacities. This has received a tremendous response from communities that contributed in labor and raw materials. All the schools covered were government schools. Headmasters were involved in mobilizing the community. Parents were involved in providing the skills and raw materials to demonstrate their collective commitment to the construction as well as to the repair and maintenance of the structures. In none of the states did the community ever turn to the government for technical or logistic help. It was felt by most professionals that the sum of 1 lakh rupees was too little to accomplish so much. By showing what was possible, it changed the mindset of government water engineers in many states. What did this prove? That remote rural communities in tribal, mountains, deserts, coastal and drought-prone villages have the capacity and competence to implement their own rooftop rainwater harvesting schemes in their own schools and health centers. By decentralizing and demystifying the approach and methodology to provide water for drinking and sanitation by collecting rainwater, it is no longer suitable to implement centralized schemes that increase dependence on sources far away, where villages have no control and ownership over their drinking water source. This is one of the few success stories that the Ministry of Water Resources proclaimed to come out of the year of freshwater 2003. It is time to scale up this approach to cover many more schools all over the country and institutionalize this partnership.